Hello students, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about a topic that is regarding Indo-Russian relationship and how both countries are trying to collaborate in the Arctic region, and with regard to that both countries are ready or planning to sign an agreement that is referred as Reciprocal Exchange of Logistic Agreement. So we are going to discuss the nitty-gritties of this particular agreement and what is the significance of these particular agreement in context of development or changes that is happening in the Arctic region, both climate change as well as the geopolitical changes, and how India and Russia both can take advantage of this particular change. So let us start and delve deeper into this particular topic. So first of all, the context in which we are discussing this particular topic is because recently last month in December 2021, the annual India-Russia summit was held, and here the signing and acknowledgement of multiple important agreements were made. However, the most important agreement where both countries are planning to sign it, that is Reciprocal Exchange of Logistic Agreement, also called as RELOA or RELOS in short, the discussion could not reach to the final conclusion, and this is a topic that, or this is the agreement that is still pending, and in near future we are expecting and hoping that both countries will be able to take certain actions, take necessary actions regarding this. So let us try to understand that what is the RELOA or what is this particular agreement all about. So this agreement is actually a long awaited agreement that is in line of the agreement that India has signed with the other countries, and the main advantage or main, we can say, objective of this particular agreement is that signing of this will lead to militaries of both the countries to access logistic and support facilities at each other's bases and port. Simply what it means, that if any Russian naval ship is traversing or transporting something or moving through the Indian Ocean region or in any other regions of the world where India has a naval base, and if these Russian naval warship or Russian naval ships want some assistance in terms of logistic or in terms of change of parts or in terms of maintenance, then they can take help from the Indian port. Similarly, Indian naval ships also, when they are traveling through those regions where Russia has maintained its naval bases, their Indian ships can also take assistance of the Russian facilities. That is the RELOA all about. So basically it hinges across four major points. First, it will help in replenishment of fuels, rations, spare parts of the naval ships. It will also help in maintenance facilities to warships and military aircraft, because we know that the aircraft that are present on the ships, they are passing through. When the aircraft carriers is moving through, they have large number of ships, large number of aircrafts are there. So many times maintenance is required. However, since they are very far away from their home bases, it is not possible for them to come back again and then take the maintenance actions or do the maintenance work and then move again. So that is when the advantage of this agreement can be understood. Third, it will also ensure smooth use of the host nation's existing logistic network. So these are three main hinges of RELOA. If we also try to understand that this is the first kind of logistic agreement that India is signing with Russia, or has it signed this before also? So actually, India has signed a similar kind of agreement with United States of America, where it is called as Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, that is LEMOA. Similarly, India has also signed a similar agreement with the Japan, which is Acquisition and Cross Servicing Agreement, and India has also signed a similar agreement with Australia, which is called as Mutual Logistic Support Agreement. So these all the three countries, if I want to remind you, are the member of Quad group along with India. So India had similar agreement with all the Quad members, including US, Russia, US, Australia and Japan. At the same time, India is in discussion with signing similar agreement with both United Kingdom as well as Vietnam. And not only these five countries, India also maintains similar kind of agreement or similar kind of support mechanisms at logistical level in the naval dimensions with countries like France, Germany, as well as other important European countries like Belgium. Now coming to understanding the significance of this particular agreement for India. So first of all, it adds to the greater strategic cooperation between the two countries. As you know that India and Russia has been a strategic partner for a very long period of time, and even when Soviet Union existed, India had a very strong and friendly relationship with the Soviet Union, and that is why this same relationship was carried forward when Russia became independent, and both countries enjoy very strong bond harmony. Given that or keeping that in mind, since I discussed in the last slide, India has this kind of similar kind of agreement with all the major partners. Russia is the only lacking one, and adding the Russia to this particular list of countries will provide a great strategic cooperation between the both nations. Similarly, this agreement also becomes imminent and important in the light of development that is happening from the Chinese side, as we have came to know recently that the China's strategic reach and presence in the Arctic is continuously growing, especially the recent addition of a third heavy nuclear powered icebreaker ship in the arsenal of Russia, or in the, we can say, naval capabilities of China, has also caused we can say this willingness in the New Delhi and the diplomatic community of the India to sign similar kind of agreement. And it is believed that signing of such agreement with Russia will be extremely important for India, as it is in conclusion with its traditional strategic partner, India. Now we try to understand that what is the economic significance of this particular agreement. So first of all, as we know that the Arctic is continuously undergoing changes. How Arctic is continuously undergoing changes? So basically we know that Earth is going through a period of global warming. As global warming occurs, we know the most important effect is seen in the polar areas, especially in Arctic region, where due to change in the temperature or increase in the temperature, the ice sheets start to melt. And as ice sheets start to melt in the Arctic region, the glaciers start to melt in the Arctic region, it opens up a lot of possibilities as far as the economy is concerned, because it is believed that Arctic is a rich treasure trove for minerals like oils, gases, and other rare minerals. So with change in the Arctic, and also because if ice are present, it provides, or it actually presents a navigational challenges, because only ice breaking ships can pass through such waters, but once the Arctic ice sheet start to melt, it will convert into water, and all other ships can also pass through that. So these are the situations that are changing in the Arctic region, and as this opportunity arises, India cannot miss these opportunities. And if India start to invest in the oil, gas and other mineral sectors of the Arctic region, it will need a strategic security backing to safeguard its investment that will do in the future. So this is also, in this particular reference, the agreement becomes very, very important. Second, also the signing of such agreement will provide a greater operational reach for Indian Navy, because you know that Indian naval ships cannot remain away from the Indian bases for extensive period of time, because they need maintenance, they need food, they need rations, they need all other kind of support that is required. But once India signed such agreement with Russia, similar support can be given to the Indian naval ships by the Russian naval bases which is present in the Arctic region. So that is how the naval outreach of the Indian Navy will also be greatly enhanced. Third, we talk about the economic significance lies in the fact that there will be going to be a greater coordination between Indian and Russian Navy. Suppose in future sometime India has made a significant amount of investment, and suppose with the enemy nations kind of hostile situation develop, a war-like situation develop, in that cases enemy nations, in the absence of Indian naval ships in the Arctic region, can target the Indian investments. And in that situation it becomes very important, because if India has signed this agreement, a greater coordination between both Indian and Russian Navy can be achieved, and both can respond appropriately in case any hostile situation develops in future. Moving forward, not only in the terms of investment, but also as we discussed, as the Arctic is going through a change where the ice are melting and the water routes are opening up, there is a concept called as Northern Sea Route, which Russia wants to develop. So Northern Sea Route actually is nothing but a sea route that Russia wants to develop through the Arctic region, that will connect the European ports of Amsterdam or Lisbon to the eastern port of Russia in the Far East, that is Vladivostok and all these regions. And through this region, we can see through the Arctic, a connectivity can be achieved. So in this particular dimensions, the role of shipping connectivity is going to increase, and India cannot be left behind. Also, Russia has many times, while in discussion or in press conferences, said to India that it is ready to give India oil and gas at preferential prices, at relatively nominal prices or lesser prices from the Arctic region. So in this situation also, the signing of such agreements become very, very important. Not only that, it will also have a strategic significance, because if we try to remember just few slides back, we have discussed that India had signed similar agreement with all the Quad members. It is Australia, Japan and United States of America. But this signing of agreement basically tackles the bases, or basically associated the bases that is present in the Indo-Pacific region. And as Russia does not have any military bases in Indo-Pacific region, so it will act as a counterweight leverage to both India and Russia in the Indo-Pacific. Second, it will also help facilitate and strengthen Russian naval presence in the Indo-Pacific to any future hostile scenarios. And third, it is also in line with the vision of Russia that it terms as a Great Eurasian Partnership. So, Great Eurasian Partnership is nothing but the plan of Russia to connect via a maritime route the Lisbon in the west to Vladivostok in the far east. So, it is in line with the India's aspirations also, because India wants to increase its presence in the Arctic region. So, by development of this Great European Partnership, this can be further extended toward Indian Ocean region, because you try to understand this is somewhere the position of geographical location of India. Here we have Lisbon, here we have Vladivostok. So, once Russia developed this Greater Eurasian Partnership, the India can offer it to, by signing of such agreement, Russia can extend its outreach to the Indian Ocean region, to the Indo-Pacific region, and in similar way, India can also increase its presence from the Indo-Pacific region as of now to the Arctic region in the north. So both the countries have a lot to gain by signing of this particular agreement. Now, however, you try to understand that as present, what is the area of focus as far as the Indian government or Indian businesses are concerned? So basically, as of now, the Arctic region is basically used by the Indian scientific agencies as well as the Indian Meteorological Department to basically understand the scientific interconnections, that how the developments that is happening in the climate change at the climatic level or at the ground level in the Arctic sea ice will cause changes in the monsoon system of India. This is very, very important because any changes that happens in the monsoon can greatly affect the agriculture of India. And as you know that India's large population still depend on agriculture, and still about a significant proportion of India's GDP is contributed by agriculture sector. So this understanding of Indian monsoon system and its relationship with the changing of Arctic sea ice is very, very crucial. However, India cannot afford to lose the sight of geopolitical and geoeconomic transitions that is emerging in the region, especially with reference to the China and more interest being shown by other countries also in this particular region. So, if you try to understand that what are the steps that have been taken as of now by the government of India in this particular regard. So, as we know that India's a very important policy has been launched by the Ministry of External Affairs, that is India's Act East policy during the current regime. And as per the India's Act East policy, India actually has provided a $1 billion of line of credit for the development of Russian Far East. This Russian Far East is nothing but the Siberian region and the Far East region of Vladivostok and the nearby zones. So that is the first step. Second, the Indian businesses and companies have also identified the regions or areas of cooperation. So first of all, in the Far East region of Russia, Indian companies can have convergence with Russian companies in the dimensions of energy, transport, logistics. Also, at the same time, it can improve the maritime connectivity. It can also lead to development of diamond processing industries, forestry-based resources, pharmaceutical, healthcare, tourism, and the humanitarian field. And in this particular regard, a very good step has been taken by Russia also, where as far as the tourism is concerned, the Russian Far East region, the Vladivostok region, has been made visa-free for Indian tourists to travel through. Keep in mind, all other regions of Russia is not visa-free, but this Far East region, due to certain developments, mainly these developments have become visa-free for the Indian travelers. However, if you try to understand that what should be or what is the future plan of India in this particular regard, so in the recent press conference held, Prime Minister Modi has said that Vladivostok can be a true Sangam. How it can be true Sangam? So basically, Vladivostok is located here, and we have a lot of ports on the eastern coast of India. For example, we have Kolkata port, we have Chennai port, we have Visakhapatnam port. So the Prime Minister Modi has envisioned that we can provide a maritime connectivity passing through the East China Sea, South China Sea, all the way up to Vladivostok. And that way, Vladivostok will be a Sangam, as it will be a confluence point of the maritime routes traversing through the Indo-Pacific region, as well as it will be a confluence point of maritime routes that is coming due to melting of ice glaciers in Arctic through the northern sea route. So in that way, it will be Sangam. And with reference to this particular regard, that Prime Minister Modi has also envisioned a project that he has termed as a Chennai Vladivostok Economic Corridor, or CVEC in the short, where the plan is to provide connectivity between the ports of Chennai, Kolkata and Visakhapatnam with the ports of Far Eastern Russia like Vladivostok, Volga and Petropavlovsk. So in conclusion, what we can understand that as far as how important this particular agreement is with respect to the India-Russia relationship or India-Russia friendship. So definitely this particular agreement will enhance strategic cooperation between India and Russia. India and Russia have already been a strategic partner for a significant period of time, and with passage of time, we are increasing our cooperation and collaboration in all the various sectors, whether it is a nuclear energy sector, whether it is a science and technology sector, whether it is a space sector, or whether it is a defense sector. And this particular agreement will also lead to increase in the collaboration between both countries in the maritime sector as well as in the Indian naval sector. So, thus it is believed that this would act as an important existing mechanism to promote future maneuvers of both the countries in the Arctic and the Indian Ocean region in times to come. And not only that, it provides a very, we can say, good opportunity for India for signing this agreement with Russia, so that it can also counterbalance its pro-Western policies as well as its Russian policy. So that is all about this particular agreement. I hope you liked the video and understood the topic very well. We'll come again soon with another interesting topic. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.